guys, this is the NRL ladder after 15 rounds from bottom to top. At bottom spot we have the Brisbane Broncos coming 16th, coming off a horrible last year, getting the wooden spoon, on track for another one. In 15th place we have the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, and they've had 2 wins. Quite a very good win against the Dragons a couple of weeks ago, and an amazing win. Well, nobody thought they were going to beat the Sharks, except for me, maybe, and a couple of other people. In 14th spot, we have the West Tigers, 66-16 to the Melbourne Storm, and they had lost. They had all their good players back in the squad, coming off a pretty disappointing loss from Parramatta Eels. They're having a quite not great year. In 13th spot, we've got the Gold Coast Titans. They are having a mixed year. One time it's 24-8. And the next time it's 56-24. They don't score another point against the Manly Seagulls, who is my favourite team in the NRL. In 12th spot, we've got the Newcastle Knights. And they had a great win against the Warriors, scored in the last 3 minutes to seal the win. A couple of missed shots from the Warriors in the field goals, and now we're up to the Warriors, who are in front of the Newcastle Knights. The New Zealand Warriors are having pretty much the same as the Gold Coast Titans. Same with these 3 clubs. The Newcastle Knights, the Warriors, and the Titans, they're having a mixed year. They're not really going too well. Warriors coming off a loss to the Knights. One time it's win, one time it's lose, one time it's win. And just keeps repeating. Right in 10th spot, you wouldn't believe it, we've got the Raiders. Raiders are having a quite not great year. They're coming off a loss to the Dragons, who are in the top 8 spot. The game against the Dragons was for the top 8 spot. They got unlucky with a try in the 11th minute by Corey Norman. And, very unlucky. Now we're off to the North Queensland Cowboys. An unlucky loss against the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks, because their Queensland origin winger has scored 2 tries in 2 minutes with 5 minutes to go, and it was a 2-point ball game against the Sharks. Now we move on to the Sharks. The Sharks, they're having a very... First they were coming, one time they're coming 12th, the next the 8th in the top 8. They're really having an okay year. The last 4 weeks they would be very much on top of the ladder, because Panthers, a couple of losses, and a win against the Roosters for the Panthers. Now we go into 7th spot. We've got the Dragons. Scrappy win against the Canberra Raiders, but they still won it, and it was a quite good comeback in the second half. It was 16-6, I believe. 20-12, and then Sloan scored, Norman scored, and then they just lost their rhythm, the Raiders. Moving on to my favourite team, as you can see, thanks to my sheets and all that. We move on to the Manly Warringah Seagulls. Now, they weren't so good at it. When it came to half-time, they sort of switched on, 24-8 against the Gold Coast Titans at half-time. Then, Tom Trbojevic switched on, and then they sort of got a roll on. Travojevic, and I love Daly Cherry Evans. He's my favourite player. I've got a few things he's given to me, like his training shirt that I'll show you at the end of this video. In 5th place, we've got the Sydney Roosters. Not great lose against the Penrith Panthers, who are in 2nd spot. The Sydney Roosters are having a very good year. They just need to keep what they're going up. Right next week, they've got the Sydney Roosters, the Melbourne Storm, and they could win, but I very much doubt it. It's 5th versus 1st, quite a big difference. But so is 6th versus 1st, so I can't really judge. Okay, moving on to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. They're kind of like the bottom 8 teams. They've got put 50 points against them twice, and they just haven't been great this year. They're lucky hanging on to that top 4 spot, but not great signs. Everyone's saying that a team that's conceded 50 points has never gone on to win the premiership. Still, they can, but very unlikely against the top 2 teams. Anyway, moving on to the Parramatta Eels. The Parramatta Eels had a very good start to the game, and at halftime it was 6-10, I believe, against the Bulldogs, which isn't great signs against the second last team. That isn't great signs, but then they really charged home. So Parramatta fans, you've picked a great team. Moving on to the top 2 teams, the best teams in the comp. In 2nd place, we have the Penrith Panthers. They are coming off a very good comeback. I'm guessing because it was 12-0, I would say. And then they came back, but yeah, very good win. Cleary drive them home. Now we move on to the top 1 team, the Melbourne Storm. 66-16 against the West Tigers. They are just proving that they are in for that top. They are in to win the premiership 2 years in a row. Now that is the NRL ladder, and as I promised earlier in the video, I will show you my Daly Cherry Evans training jersey. I'll just get it out for you now. Okay, here it is. So, this is it. So one time we went to this Cronulla versus Manly game in 2018, I believe. It was round 21. In Cronulla, they had a lead, and then Cherry put a kick for Joel Thompson. He scored, and then he kicked the field goal, and he asked me are you the guys who were cheering us on in the training while we were training, Manly were training, and we were like, yes, and he said, meet me in the change rooms. So we went to the change rooms, and he gave me this. Now, thank you for watching. Hope you had a great time hearing the NRL ladder 2021, the first 15 rounds. Now, subscribe, and have a good time.